Laura Ingraham, who we just watched, Blondie, Extraordinary Blondie, once knocked boots with this guy. Yes, I saw that Don Jr.'s shitter account got hacked. It's very funny and lame at the same time. I mean, I guess he can call up Elon Musk and be put on hold just like everybody else. Yeah, they fucked at one point. Yeah. Yeah, Nazi Barbie and this dude dated at one point. Yeah. Anyways, apparently he's I feel like he's teeing up that he's going to get raided because he knows he's into some fucked up shit. And I got to say, the new movie, we watched the trailer, the new movie he's doing, is basically him it's just stochastic terrorism, the movie, at this point. He's just trying to get, his whole goal, it seems, with that movie is to just get some maggot to shoot an FBI agent to kick off Helter Skelter.
Dinesh, it's sometimes a leap for people to wow, the FBI, we grew up admiring the FBI. What could be wrong with the FBI?
Right, nothing.
There's a transition phase where you realize, you know what, the FBI actually isn't in the Constitution. All of these agencies.
What the fuck are you talking about? There wasn't a Federalist setup yet, dummy. California, Texas wasn't in the fucking Constitution. What are you talking about? Louisiana hadn't been purchased yet.
Our founding fathers didn't talk about them, didn't write about them.
Yes, they also didn't write about the F-35. Why not? I think if they had, we wouldn't have had that crash in North Carolina earlier this week, honestly.
And arguably, we need law enforcement, but it's gotten...
Arguably, we need law enforcement. It's gotten too much. I'm sorry. Defund the police. I had to say it, Dinesh. I don't know how they got me there. I feel like it's just terrible.
Obviously out of control?
Obviously. No, quite under control, dum-dum.
Yeah, I mean, the really bitter irony here is that
I'm surrounded by books I've never read.
Conservatives are the ones right after 9/11 that, in a sense, gratefully turned over all this power, not just to the FBI, but all...
Oh, shit. Is he just doing this just to fuck with Laura Ingraham for dumping him?
These new agencies, the Department of Homeland Security, for example.
Sorry, I just can't help this.
And so the police agencies of government got extra power to go after the Islamic terrorists who had attacked us on 9/11.
Well, not just them. Anybody Islamic at all, it seems.
Little did we know or realize, and there were...
that equal protection, that didn't give, like, the Timothy McVeighs of the world free reign to attack the country. What the fuck? Why not?
A couple of people who warned us at the time, but people like me did not listen.
And where do you end up? In jail?
Is that, hey, this exact power can then be turned against American citizens.
Yeah, I know. We're all shocked. None of us even thought about that at the time when the Patriot Act was being pushed through. None of us worried about the overreach or whatever. And you know why we didn't really care? It's because we had lovely people like George W. Bush and Dick Cheney in charge who were like, yeah, they could misuse the power, but I'm not worried. They'll be fine.
And in a sense, what this movie does is it tells the story of
he's pushing his police state thing.
How under Obama, the police apparatus of government was mobilized not against Islamic terrorists abroad, but redefined domestic terrorists at home, targeting Republicans, conservatives, patriots, Christians. So suddenly we're living in this nightmare.
Yeah. Targeting, the big thing is the government doesn't want Dinesh D'Souza and fucking Bongholio yammering in a cafe somewhere. Do these assholes even listen to themselves? I mean, it's bad enough that Alex Jones and Russell Brand and all these fuckheads are like, they're gonna get me for what I'm saying. No, maybe they're gonna get you if you fucking rape somebody, but they don't give a fuck. You can say what you want. Here's the funny part. If they do go after you and you get broomed off there, somebody else will be able to say the exact same fucking thing and take your spot and make the same money you're making in that space, because it ain't about the freedom of speech, what you're getting busted for. You're getting busted for the criminal shit you're engaged in. And if anything Alex Jones or David Icke has said for all these years, if even 1% of it was true, they'd be wearing cement shoes. They'd have vanished a long time ago. Unless the deep state wants them to say this.
Scenario where none of us can comfortably say, I will not be raided by the FBI.
Oh, I see. None of us. That's yeah. See, all right. That's where there's a little bit of give there. See, in this thing, it says nobody can comfortably say. He says none of us. What he means and none, obviously us, he means people who participated in the January 6th insurrection and who have been trying to undermine democracy for decades.
Or have your life torn apart and...
Yeah, but you actually have to have a life first. I mean, can they really tear it apart? I mean, it's like some of these assholes, prison would be an improvement.
Gone through by the media. I mean, look, not everybody's as famous as Russell Brand, but he's going through a lot of stuff right now. And
yeah, he's just going through a lot of stuff. He is. You know who went through a lot of stuff? The women he fucked with. The 16-year-old he groomed and sent a BBC car to school to fucking pick her up. How he treated her was gross.
It's interesting, over the past couple of years, he kind of settled down and he started speaking the truth and
No, he wasn't.
Calling out the mainstream media.
It's almost like he was doing it just for cover.
And now he's accused of all kinds of dastardly, horrible deeds from a long
from a long time
ago.
Oh, interesting. No. He was actually accused of one of these dastardly deeds, specifically the rape in Los Angeles in 2012. The woman went to a rape crisis center and preserved evidence. She just blamed herself, so she didn't file charges. And she didn't, and she thought going after him would bring down the wrath of some sort of Hollywood machine on her. It wouldn't have, by the way. I don't know what the fucking Weinstein shit was, the mythology that women couldn't speak out or they'd get blacklisted or whatever. There may have been a period of time like that in the 50s and 60s at the latest in time. But since then, women have a lot more power in Hollywood. If they'd have talked to one of the other power broker women, they would have had a lot more leverage to move that. But they were convinced that there was, it's kind of like, you ever hear those stories about somebody who abducts somebody and keeps them in their basement for a bunch of years? And one of the ways that they keep them from running away, even though the door's not locked, is if you escape, I'll kill your family. And I know all the cops in the area and everybody's on my side and I've got somebody watching your house. They don't. It's all a lie. But they convince the person they got nowhere to go. And the person goes, fuck, if I try to escape, I'm going to get killed. And then they're going to kill my family and all that kind of stuff. So I've got to stay here for them. It's the same shit.
I know you're a fan of Russell Brand's. What do you make of that?
Of course he's a fan of Russell Brand's. He wants to be him.
Well, I think we here see a unique feature of this emerging American police state, and that's this. Sometimes people talk about the deep state, and the implication is that all these spooks are hidden, and they're operating, in a sense, behind closed doors, and we don't really know what's going on. But a lot of the police state is out in the open. Think of...
Yes. People have their day in court.
The censorship on digital platforms. Those
yeah, there was none.
The private companies. Think about the media.
Yeah, those are private companies making their own choices. The FBI could not force them, therefore it's not censorship.
Which, even though it's not an arm of the state, acts as though it is. And
no, why? Because they don't sell your lie? What do you want them to be, an arm of yours?
So we have indoctrination in the media, indoctrination in schools.
No, we don't.
The media is happy to carry out the kind of smear tactics. Now, if you were in the Stalinist regime in the old days, or if you were in Nazi Germany, you have a propaganda.
All right, these are not good images to show of him. I don't know he's giving a hand job to somebody behind him, or why he's wearing like a dirty shirt, like he just cleaned up after a murder and threw this thing on because it was in the garage under an oil can.
Minister like Goebbels, and he's telling the press, you got to do this and you got to do that. Now, we don't have that here, but...
Right, we don't have that here. You can stop right there.
The press acts like it is an arm of the government, and so with...
No, they do not.
A guy like Russell Brand, for years, this guy, of course, he lived the Hollywood lifestyle. They could have gone after him a long time.
Yeah, it was the Hollywood lifestyle, guys. They could have gone after him a long time ago. But since they didn't, no harm, no foul.
Time ago, but they had no intention of doing it. It's only...
Okay. They only started doing it because he was getting big on Rumble.
Only now that he's emerged as a kind of reformed, conservative firebrand, so to speak, that it's like, okay, it's time to take this guy out.
Go to Dinesh.
Or there's a really odd habitual reflex in Republicans while still selling this like conservative Christian family values line to the public that they are excited to give a pass to the rapey McRapersons of the world.
D'Souza.com. The movie comes out October 23rd. Police.
Yeah, no one will see
it. We can watch the movie and we can vote.
That's it. Yep, that's all you can do. You're outnumbered. Sorry. You can, you can. I mean, say your piece, but just get used to the idea that your ideas are marginalized for a reason.
What else can people do? I mean,
obviously, just fapping. I think
everything is kind of hanging in the balance right now.
So is.
What would you recommend? I recommend
not watching Newsmax.
Recommend writing letters, getting active on.
Yeah, write letters. That's a good one. Good one. Good one. Greg, bringing it. Come on, man. Look at that. I can't. Oh, it's incredible. Writing letters. That's cool. Yeah. Let me know when you need some new crayons.
Social media, but it doesn't feel like enough. What else?
It isn't, because you only get one vote, and there aren't enough of you, and you're an idiot.
Yeah, a lot of it is not simply a matter of what can I do as an individual, but what can our side do with the institutional power that it does have. And so
the shrinking institutional power, right?
We still have a lot of institutional power. Well, we have the House of Representatives, and it's
by 4 votes.
Investigative arms. We have a lot of governors.
It's investigative arms. Yeah, they're doing great. We'll get to that in a minute.
We have a lot of secretaries of state and district attorneys, Republican district attorneys, for example. We have powerful institutions, including the Supreme Court, that is leaning our way, or at least in some ways on the
well, certainly not leaning towards the Constitution.
The conservative camp. So there's a lot of things that we can do to, for example, the Supreme Court is already moving on certain fronts, but they need to strike down this active collusion between the Biden regime and digital platforms.
Yeah, there is none. There is none. Again, the minute Twitter could say no, there is no censorship, there is no collusion. They were allowed to say no. If they can't say no, then the government has control.
Flagrant violation of the First Amendment. There are cases, by the way, making their way up the courts.
Right, yeah. Right up the court and all across the desk and into the shredder.
So there are positive things that can happen. But I think the most important thing, and the reason I made the film is
I need money.
I don't think that the ordinary American realizes what danger the country is in. I kind of feel.
Yes, and I think it's important that they learn what the danger is. And the best way to show them is a bunch of like reenactments on the quality level, performance-wise, of like an old Unsolved Mysteries episode from 1991.
I feel like the animal where, I can sort of see the cheetah leaping out of the trees, but the ordinary guy is just going around grazing and thinking, I'm completely safe. Hey, listen.
Okay, never pass up an opportunity to just remind the audience that they're stupid, but you're the animal that can spot the cheetah. So you're in charge of spot the cheetah. Everybody else, obviously, that's maggots. You're just herd animals. You're stupid. You don't even realize. You're too busy grazing because the sun's up and the grass is high and there's plenty of water to drink and there aren't that many predators. But you can just hang out over there and go, cry wolf.
I pay my taxes. I didn't go in the Capitol on January 6th. Nobody's going to come bang on my door.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is true.
It's quite an analogy, and then all this.
It's an analogy, because I'm the animal that can spot the cheetah that pays its taxes. And for the record, he's right. There were no antelopes, gazelles, or even cheetahs that I'm aware of on January 6th. Although there might have been some orangutans helping to build the gallows. We don't know.
And the tiger or whatever comes out and grabs you, and you're in trouble. Well,
yeah, the tiger, which of course in this analogy is the FBI, who just randomly just goes, who's the weak? Well, not the weak, the one who's like holding, someone hostage in their house, or has been on a tri-state killing spree, or has child porn, or has been trafficking human beings, or is a serial killer, is involved in organized crime and stuff. But the weakest ones, not obviously the tough ones, obviously. Excellent.
We got to be vigilant, very vigilant. Dinesh
Yes, vigilance is
D'Souza, thank you. We look forward to Police State in
no, we don't.
October, and we'll be right back. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. It's a bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye? Really? Bye-bye. You're a grown man, and you just said bye. I don't know why. That's funny. That's just funny. Why? Bye-bye.
D'Souza, thank you. We look forward to Police State in October, and we'll be right back. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you for flying. Thank you for flying Newsmax Airlines. Sorry about the crash. Bye-bye. 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 No, there's a receptacle for the vomit bags. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Fuck. Sorry. That's just, I don't know why that's particularly funny, but it just fucking bye-bye. 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 Say later, bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. People say bye-bye to babies. Bye-bye, baby. You're absolutely right. Does that, you mean he's trying to let us all know that Dinesh is his baby and not Laura's? Is that what's happening? This could be a thing. This could be a thing that's happening. Come on. That's just like a bye-bye, my baby. How you doing, Dinesh? Where you go? Shit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He didn't say bye-bye even. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I know bye-bye. Hold on one second. There's a... I know what the problem with that bye-bye is. You can say bye-bye. Just say bye-bye. You say bye-bye when people come by and say bye-bye. Oh, hello. I'm Greg Kelly. That's what I do all the time. I go, and I never look at the camera because it makes me nervous. And then when I see, look up at Dinesh is on the thing, I go, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm going to see you later, bye-bye. 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 See you later, bye-bye. No, bye-bye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. I don't know why you say hello. I say bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm this many. That's the true thing. It is a true thing. Don't believe in me. I don't know what to do. Come on. You have to have very big hands. They run in my family. One bigger than the other. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's a perspective problem with the camera. See, now they're about the same size. That's funny. That's so silly. They're funny. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, Baby Hal is pretty jacked. He is. It's a pituitary thing. He's going to be enormous.